Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurasou here, coming at you guys with a lost art market watch, but I'm not only coming with that, but a fixed microphone. If you guys don't know, my arm was broken, so I got a new one today that hopefully works well. If there's any audio issues, like it's too loud, too quiet, or it sounds like I'm a little too far away, please let me know in the comment section below, or just additionally to your comment how it is, so I can make any corrections and all of that. And we're going to get right into this Lost Art Market Watch. If you guys enjoy these, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. If you're buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link, which is down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost too. If you want to be a YouTube channel member to help the channel, that is also an option. And thank you to all my YouTube channel members. And remember, let me know what you guys think of these special market watches in the comment section below, as well as what I'm going over in my next regular market watch. We're going to get right into it. So Dark Magician Girl 2022. This is a card that I used to look at quite a bit here. Now, there's a lot of Japanese ones, which I actually think this looks really cool for this lost art. And it's not too expensive if you just want it. But when it comes to near mints here, $27, $28. In fact, we're actually going to put near mint verified here. And we're going to do without photos to kind of see what the actual listings are. Or did I say with photos? Yeah, I messed up. Okay, there we go. $28.31 here. So this card has stabilized. I actually have one up here for 37. I had no idea. Going up to 45 on the next page. This card is selling, but the hype of this card, it's not going to reach what it was unless it's aged out really well. If you guys don't know, this was a $50 to $80 card at one point when it first came out, and people were actually going to like locals that were very far away from them just to buy $30 worth of product to get this. And if you guys don't know what the products also happen to be, it was Rise of the Duelist before reprint. So we're talking only way to get droplets was this pack, only way to get triple tactics was this pack, Dogmatica stuff, only way to get this was this pack, etc, etc. And Eternity Code places still had as well. So, you know, we're talking Access Code Talker, you know, Girsu, Archazor, a lot of cool stuff. So this was the timing of this lost art, as well as it being, you know, near COVID era, which people weren't really going out, but people wanted to. All the timing just fit. I think 30 something dollars for this card. It's not bad. Definitely a card that you're going to want to have at least a playset of, because I feel like this card will age throughout time unless Konami does something like a lost art collection. But I feel like even if they do, people know the original, because if you guys don't know, this is the 2020 version. We have a 2021 version because Konami knows this got scalped, and a lot of people were really upset that they didn't really get a copy for this. And these are about 25 as well, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion, because if you guys don't know, this one has a thicker border. This one, it's not really any, you know, it's very tiny, very thin right over here, very unnoticeable. While as on the 2021 version, not only does it have like a different number, this is 35, these are what, 19? You could really tell the border here. So if you have any 2021s, if you like it, keep it, obviously. But if you could want to sell it just to upgrade to the original versions, that now would be a time, because I wouldn't really pay for this version as much. Now, Monster Reborn. Now, this was one of the first lost arts, and it's very hard to get these unsealed if you did not know, because people, like including myself, unsealed their copies. We didn't know what lost art was going to be back then. People wanted them sealed, as well as people actually played Monster Reborn back then. So to get a lost art version, hey, that was really dope. Right now, light plays are like $30. New are 32. Now this card is anywhere from like, usually it's 40 to 60. And every time I go do a lost art mark watch, or someone makes me go over this card, oh, it does go up to 40 very quickly here. I would get these near mids for 32. I don't think this card should be below 40, 45. Especially because, again, people actually also want to play it as well. If you actually get sealed copies, keep them sealed. $32 for your lost art Monster Reborns. Very good price to get these at. Foolish Burial. If you guys don't know, this is one of my favorite lost arts. When I was a kid, I actually wanted this version. This is $14. So this card always bounces between like 12 and like 20. It's always a good card to have. If you want a nice, cool looking version of Foolish Burial and you don't want to get something like expensive, like say the Secrets or the Turtle Pack, this is a great version to have as well. I feel like the lost art how should I say this? I feel like the obsession over Lost Art and the hype of Lost Art has really, really died down. But I feel like there will be a point where they will spike back up, especially because Konami does not know how to make good Lost Art sometimes. They're very 50-50, and that might be a compliment even at this point with Lost Arts, unlike when they were trying to push this and they really gave us bangers. Yeah, $14, $15, not bad for a Lost Art Foolish. Solemn Judgment here from Lost Art. Now, if you guys don't know, they have like the Halos here. These are about $18 for your Lost Arts. I always told people get this at $4, $5, 7, 8, and then even at $12, $13. I told people to get them because instead of getting, say, a common for $7 or like an ultra from Battles of Legends for 9 or a super for 8 from like Secret Slayers, spend a $2, $3 extra, get a Lost Art. It's always going to hold value. It's a hard to get version. And if you want to get rid of them later on because let's say you want the money for bills or other cards, or you're like, I want to downgrade the rarity, I don't need this high rarity, you're going to end up plussing in the long run. And this game is expensive. It's good to have good habits. Even if you're not a collector, even if you're just a player, it's good to have good spending habits. And because sometimes when you think you're saving a dollar or two, you're really just screwing yourself over in the long run. But I think $18, it's a lot for this. They do go up to 20s here. Next page has them for 200. Nobody's paying that. I would say that if you could get this card for cheaper, go ahead and get it. But $18, $19, I mean, I'm not going to say not to get it, but the bridge is burned. You kind of missed the opportunity already. Now, Cyber Angel Ben 10, a card that I had in my 5 cards out of your trade binder, is now $11. I told people get these at 4s to 5s. This card had no business dipping. I mean, yes, it's not a nice secret rare, but it's a Lost Art with some titties, right? And hey, waifus sell, right? Plus, I love titties, right? Most of you guys watching probably love titties, right? It's a win-win. $11 for Ben 10, it's not bad. Obviously, I think it was better to get these at 4 or 5, but I think 11's not bad. I mean, it goes up to 14 here with shipping, 15s. Not bad to get your Lost Arts right now. Skill Drain, Lost Art promo. It's actually really sad to see this at like $10 because I remember when this came to 3 and everybody was getting it. The only issue is that some people want Turbo Pack, some people want Ulti. In fact, a lot of people actually are trying to play Ultis from OTS 19. And then we also have a lot of reprints of this card at this point. It's very accessible. I think it's weird to see the Lost Art lower than what it was before it went to 3. Because before it went to 3, it was like a $14 card, and now it's just like a $10 card. You never really know here. I think getting Lost Arts aren't bad. Not bad at all. In fact, I always told people to trade your Lost Arts to get Turbo Packs because they won't drop. I actually want to see, even though it's a Lost Art promo, what are ultis and then what are Lost Arts at? So ultimates, 45. That's not too bad. Especially because seeing how bad the prod quality is. Turbo Packs, how much are these? Wow, these are very cheap actually. So near mints might be like 22, but light plays are 13s, 14s, going up to 22s. I think these are some very cheap, what's called Turbo Pack versions. I would actually grab these while you can. Then we have Call of the Haunted, Lart here. This was in another 5 cards out of your trade binder, and this went up extraordinarily. I was like, okay, I thought the card would go like 20. The card ended up going to 40, 50, settling at 30 and dropping and dropping. Now it's like $10. Back then, when I told people to get it, it was around 4 or 5. It's actually cool seeing these Lost Art. What the cool thing about these Lost Art Mark watches, one reason I like to do them is because a few of them have ended up in my 5 cards out of your trade binder, and it's cool to track them, just for me. I don't know if you guys enjoy that, but I do. $10 roughly for your Call of the Haunted. It's not bad. It's a nice version of this card for sure. In fact, this is a card that could slowly but surely go up. Ring of Destruction here. This card's about $6. It's not bad. I'm used to the other versions with the fire and all that. It's not that I don't like how this version looks. I'm just too used to the fire version. It's not bad for Ring of Destruction. Super Dreadnought, Railcan, Ghost Off, Max here. The Larts are about $7. I mean, this card has so many reprints here. You can get some cheaper ones for 6 here really quickly, but it's a very nice, clean version. This card has spiked up and down. I think it could go up, but it could stay here for a while. There's better cards to get for 6 or less. Even when you look at Lost Arts here, in fact, the Shonen Jumps here are actually kind of nice as well. They're actually very cheap at about. I like play for 725 here, near mints for about $8, so not awful. Next card, Elemental Hero Burstinatrix. I told people this might be a pseudo DMG, which it goes up and it goes down, right? But right now they're about 850, 7, $9, going up to 11s here. So you have some cheaper copies to get right over here. I mean, you could get, because of that $2 shipping, you get 2 for $8 instead of 11. That's not bad. They do go up to about 1150s here, 12s, 13s. And they do sell quite often here. Like, as you see, like, they're always selling here. Collectors love this card. I mean, it says hero and it's a lost art and it's uncensored and titty. I mean, come on now. The only thing I never liked about Elemental Hero Burstinatrix is if you see right over here, she's like bending her knee over kind of, but it looks like she just doesn't have a leg. And in the anime, I was like, why does it not just, is the card art showing her not have a leg? I didn't put two and two together when I was a child, but in the anime, she has 2 legs. I just never got it. Next card we have here is the Exodia pieces. Slowly but surely going up. I think a lot of people were looking at the Starlights going up and they're like, hey, these Lost Arts might be pretty good too. Goes up to 50, but right now it's 25, 28. So it's going up quite a bit here. You got cheap, you got a lot of light plays here, but that means they're not sealed, so probably keep that in mind. If they're sealed when they come lightly played, I don't know what to tell you. I have ordered a Lost Art off TCG Player and it came sealed, and I was so confused. But left arm of the Forbidden One here at 18s going up to 21s. You got a right arm here for 14. You got the legs here a little cheaper at like 12s going up to 14s. And then you have the left leg, which is the cheapest here at $8. If you don't have a set of Lost Arts, definitely go ahead right now, pause the video, go get yourself a set of Lost Arts, because this will be a collector set, aka item. In the long run, if you actually want to get multiple, the more the merrier, honestly. Then we have, what else here? Harpy Queen. These are about $12 going up to 14, going up to 15 here. The Harpy love kind of died down, but if they ever get more support, or they like retrain Harpy's Hunting Ground as well in the new support to make it better, it's gonna be great. I love this Lost Art. It's one of my favorites for sure. She just looks so hot. I ain't gonna lie. Harpy Chandler here. These are about 7s, 8s. It's not bad for a Harpy Chandler. It's all right. Dancers at like 5. I think you're better off getting Chandlers. Then you have Harpy Conductor here. About $6. Not bad for your Harpy Conductors, honestly. I mean, the effect is if a Harpy monster you control will be destroyed without a card effect, destroy one spell trap you control instead. Which, if you don't know, sometimes you get effects when that happens. So your opponent's maybe not going to want to do that. Then our face-up Harpy monster you control returns to the hand, which, if you don't know, Harpies bounce. You turn a special monster opponent controls and return to the hand. So it's not bad Link 2. It's for Harpies. And it's 2 wins, though, so it's very specific. I think the reason they made this is if Harpies ever play with another wind archetype, they don't get screwed with like 2 Harpy monsters, all that. But this is definitely only a Harpy card. Again, I think $6, it's not bad for the deck. Not bad at all, honestly. Alluring Mirror Split here, still no picture. These are like dollars. This card's really not that great, but if you want some cheap Lost Arts and you want to have like a little penny stock, it's not awful card. It's not great, but it's not a bad pick at all. And you never really know where these Harpy cards can really go. You have Feather Rest here at about $4 here. I really like this card. It shows all the Harpies. The artwork is very interesting. It looks really cool. It's not bad. It's basically like a Daigusto Emerald. But depending on when you activate, you could draw 2 instead of 1. But then for some odd reason, it locks you into wins, which isn't cool. I think that because it's Harpy cards or Harpy Lady Sisters, right? I don't really think it needed this. But I guess they kind of want to make sure that if Harpies are ever meta relevant with something else, you don't just draw cards for free. Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood here. About $6 for these. It's not that bad for this Lost Art. My only issue with it is, number one, I think people actually like the Secret Rare more. Not only because it's a secret, but when I saw the Lost Art, I'm like, I get why they censored it, but it just doesn't look that good. You have First Eds here for about $16, $17, so it's not bad to get a Seeker instead. Offering to Doom, this card was meta relevant at one point. I know strikers played it because they're like, oh, we got a card off the field and we just have to skip our next draw phase. But it's okay because we search enough that it's like we have a draw phase. $4, $5. I mean, this card could be meta relevant once again, and it could be played in older formats, which is something that people actually do not know. I'd say $5 is like the max I would pay for this card. 5, 6, right? I wouldn't pay much higher than that. Chocolate Magician Girl, Lost Art promo here. Now, she looks absolutely amazing. If you guys don't know, she also has something, she has the quad. If you don't know the centering here, she's got the armpit, she's got the titties, she's got the tummy, and then she had something else here. Oh, yeah, and then she has the little stockings right here, if you guys don't know. So this card was mad censored when it came out. So it's not awful. You just got a spellcaster monster drug card, but nobody really cares about the fact that it's a Magician Girl. These are like $5, honestly. I feel like this is very cheap for this card. If you go near mints, 34 listings. Card goes up to $6. I would definitely have a play set of that card. You got Idiot. It's not good as Ben 10, but it's not bad. She's like $4 or $5 here. I just rather pour that money into Dark Magician Girls. Gemini Elf here. These are about 4s. This is one of my favorite Lost Arts. I actually really loved this card when I was a kid. It's just a nice vanilla. It's definitely a collector card. It's not bad if you want to have a if you're planning on getting a collection of cards that you want to sit on for X amount of years. This isn't bad. I mean, it does sell quite often, as you see here. You know, some about 25. So, yeah, people are gonna want to sit on this card for a while. It's a card that won't really necessarily get bought out. It's just gonna slowly but surely go up because it's a lost art of a classic Yu-Gi-Oh card. So definitely not a bad buy. Super Rejuve. Now, this has the errata, so I actually don't think this is awful at $4, 450. If Dragon Lore format gets more relevant, I think people are going to get this card, even though it's the unerrata version. But I would rather just spend the money on a super version that's errata and not deal with it. Then we have Danza Luke here. He's got the guns to the revolvers. These are $4. They're not bad, but I've actually went over in one of my market watches here. I want to see someone probably scoop them up already if they're smart. But first edition lightly plates here are like $10. I would get the first eds. It's not, you can get the Lost Arts too, but just get the first ed lightly plates. Like the fact that they're so cheap here is it's honestly it's really ridiculous, honestly. Like Danza Luke, $10 for a first ed light play? Oh, come on now. Dark Ruler Hades here. He's got the horns, everything. He looks very cool. $2, whatever. Legendary Fisherman, Lost Art here. About $3 going up to 4. You know, whatever. Kind of, it'll slowly go up, you know. Edge Imp Sabers here. These are like $3 here. If Fright Forever get more support, this card could go up to like $10, $12 easily. It's a gamble, Lost Art. I'll tell you that here. Barrel Dragon. Look at what I said for Gemini Elf. $3 to $4 here, very low actually. I would, if you don't have any a Barrel Dragon, definitely I'd say get 2 or 3 copies. You got Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal here. It's cute. It's $5, $6, kind of cheap for what it is, honestly. Definitely a collector's card here for Zexal fanboys. And it's actually nice that Zexal got a little something. Definitely something that I would grab sooner rather than later. We got Vampire Vamp here at $3 to $4. I know my boy Jimmy Haw, shouts at him. He got this as a penny stonk. And it ended up turning well for him when this card went to 10. But this card bounces up and down a little bit, honestly. I personally have my own copy because I collect every Lost Art, which I think everybody should. But I don't have, like, an extreme amount of faith in this card going up. But man, oh man, does it look cool. You know, it is a vampire card. It is, and, you know, when it comes to vampire cards, I feel like Konami went crazy with it because of, you know, they did Castlevania, all that. You know, when it comes to actual monsters, right, like vampires, ghouls, all that, and you look at other cards like Summon Skull, it really becomes apparent that Konami, as much, it's not that I don't like how they make card designs, right? I like the waifus, I like the cool Gundams, you know, I like some of their other stuff that's like unique. It's great, but I do like the monster archetypes, and I think that if they made either a somewhat meta relevant deck that had a aesthetic similar to how they make the monsters like Vampire Vamp, I think the player base would go crazy. Exit Despair. I actually really love this Lost Art. These are like $2-3. They're not much money, but they could be played in older formats. I think it's a GOAT card if I'm correct. Not bad to have a copy or two. Nurse Dragon Maid. If we ever get Dragon Maid support, this will get bought out. These are nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not bad to get. It's just people would rather get the secrets because it's only the buttons that are. I mean, that are uncensored. I think they're supposed to be nipples or something, but like, it just looks so weird. I'd rather have the secrets, and the secrets are. Wow, these are very cheap. Actually, I actually would get some of the secret nurse dragon maids. Lumina Lightstorm summoners. These are you got lightly plates for 250, $3 here. If we go without photos here, and we go near mints here, we have 15 listings. They're threes, but they go up to eights very quickly. You might want to get your Luminas while you can because card is going up. If people want to play Lightstorms either in Edison format or whatever, other formats, they're gonna probably want the Lost Art. Celestia, same thing, 250, $3. I remember someone, I'm not gonna mention who, told me this is the dollar card that you need to get right now. And I looked at him and I'm like, I don't think it's a bad, but you're wrong. And I ended up being right for whatever I choose. Because if you guys don't know, I'm always right. Sarcasm, okay? I know some of you guys get a little antsy when I say, oh, well, I hate when you say, I should have told you. Bro, it's a joke. Calm down. But yeah. $1.60. It's not bad to pick up at $1 or something. $2 here, actually. It will go up because, like, how Luma did. Especially if Lumina gets bought up, people are going to look at Celestial as well. I really like how the ulti looks, actually. In fact, because I just want to look at the ulti because I feel like it. Oh, yeah, it's an original Ultra, too. I completely forgot about this. It's got Ultra there. I want to look what the original Ultras are for first editions. Light play near mints are $6. Okay. Near mints are like 10. That's not bad, honestly. Not bad at all. All right, what is ultis here? Like unlimiteds are probably 20s. All right, near mint 27, light play like 30s. Okay, so a little higher than I expected. First sets are like about 42 to 50. That's not bad. It's not bad looking ulti, I'll tell you that. Parasite here. $1.50, going up to $3 here. I mean, if you want it, it's here. Can't go lower, right? Win is like $4 or $5. It's I don't know why people love the Wind Charmer so much. I mean, you look at Blazing Hita, they're like bucks. Same with areas at like dollars, which I don't think they're bad to get. Not bad dollar penny stonk. XIZ Dragon Capital Cannon here. These are like dollars here. I feel like this card could go up. I mean, it's a nice looking Lost Art. And then for the last card over here, Foolish Arts. I mean, this got reprinted, but if this card ever comes back in the meta, because this was meta relevant for a little bit of time, these were like 10s. It's not a bad dollar card. Like I would say it's one of the better dollar cards besides Celestial and besides like getting Lumina and Celestial. I would say Foolish Return is a good third. And I'm saying that as someone who doesn't like Lightstorms. Now, if you guys enjoyed this long Lost Art Market watch, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe. I know I didn't go over a couple. Honestly, like I said, even towards the end, there are some like Lost Arts where it's like, I'm just tacking them on because they might be relevant enough. But Konami's really good at making some Lost Arts that like, it's not worth your time for me talking about. Let me know what I'm going over in the next Market Watch, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.